'cause Satan and I looked so cute together. Chapter 38. Author's note. What does everyone think if I end a story and then I add some more to it after vocation? Oh yeah, asn't preps stop flaming if you do not lick that story, then take my quiz, okay? Then you will see if you're gothic or not. Chapter 38. Satan and I walked to his car. It was a black car with pentagrams all over it. On the license plate it said 666. Just like Draco's car. I went in it seductively. Stan started to drive it. We talked about Satanism. LOLs. He was named after Satan. Music and being gothic. Oh, my Satan. Gerard is so ducking hot, Volksamort agreed as we smoked some weed. 'Cause bi guys are hot. They are so sensitive. I love them. LOL. Goes fornicate with a bi guy. Cheers. I lost my place. LOL. I totally decided to become a gothic band member when I heard Helena, I said in a flirty voice. Hey, Satan, do you know the cure for when people are addicted to Volksamort serum? Well, he thought, I think you have to drink vampire blood. Suddenly, Volksamort parked a car behind a black movie theater. Satan and I walked outside. We went into the movie Tether, where they were showing The Exorcist. In it, a boy and a girl were doing it. Suddenly, a serial killer, cereal spell like breakfast cereal, came in, LOL. Satan and I laughed at the blood, 'cause we're sadists. While Satan was watching the movie, I had an idea. I took Satan's gothic black Nightmare Before Christmas cigar sexily from his pocket and put some amnesia potion in it. I put it back in his black Emile the Strange bag. Satan turned around and started to smoke it. Black clouds with red pentagrams in M started to fly around everywhere. OMG, Satan said, jumping up. I gasped, 'cause I was afraid he'd noticed. Annabie, guess what? I knew that the amnesia had worked. Amnesia potion has not been invented yet, so it will not work, he said. Too bad, 'cause I wanted to use some on you. Cool. I raised my eye suggestingly, and then he took off my clothes sexually, and we started to make out. I talk of his shit. He had a six-pack. Juster lick Gerard way. We Frenched. Excuse me, but you are going to have to leave, shooted the lady behind us. She was a prep. F you, I said. Suddenly, I attacked her, soaking all her blood. No, she screamed. All the preps in the theater screamed, but everyone else crapped, 'cause Satan and I looked so cute together. That deserves a healthy swig. Satan and I started to walk outside. So, my God, how did you do that? Voldemort asked in a turned-on voice. I'm a vampire, I said as we went into the car. Seriously? He gasped. Yeah, seriously, I said, drinking some beer. Satan started to drive the car. I smelled happily. It's too bad we didn't get to see the rest of the movie, don't you think? Yeah, I said as we kized passively. Satan parked in a black driveway next to the place where Draco and I had watched GC for the first time. We went inside where Marilyn Mason was playing and started to mosh. Anti-people! Now you've gone too far, Jesus Christ superstar! Screamed Marlon on the stage. We did the devil fingers. I started to dance really close to Satan. He was so schmecksay. Just a reminder, I'm pretty sure this is Voldemort back in time that she's dancing with. But anyway, he looked at me, all emo, with his gothic red eyes. and he looked exactly like Mikey Way. I almost got an orgasm. Suddenly, Marilyn Mason stopped singing. I would like to peasant X Black X Tier X! Exclamation point 11, he said. I ran on stage. Lucian, Samaro, Snap, and Hades were there. They started to play their instruments. I got on stag. Well, if you wanted honesty, wanted honesty, that's all you had to say! Exclamation point 111111, I sang. I did not own the lyrics to that song. My voice sounded like a pentagram between Amy Lee and a girl version of Gerard Way. Everyone clapped. Satan got an eructation. I'm not okay, I sang, finale. Suddenly, Lucian started playing the song wrong by mistake. Oh, MFG, yielded James. WTF? Whoops, I'm sorry, said Lucian. You ducking as whole, James shouted angrily. You guys are such preps, Snap said. I'm sorry. You guys are such preps, Snap said. Come on, it was a mistake. Yeah, it's not his fault, said Sirius. No, he ruined the ducking song, yelled Samaro. You guys, stop, I shotoed angrily, but it was too late. They all began to fight. Suddenly, Samaro took out his knife. OMNFG, no, shouted Lucan, but it was too late. James tried to shoot off his arm, and then I jumped sexily in front of the bullet. No, yielded everyone, but it was too late. Suddenly, everything went black. End of chapter 38. Chapter 39. Disclaimer, I do not own the HP series, and I am not the real XXS username that I'm not going to say. Author's note. I am an extremely immature, pathetic idiot girl, I know. Out of boredom, I cracked this girl's passy for fun, and it took less than 8 minutes to do it too. And I will probably get in a ton of trouble, which I probably deserve because I'm being a troll right now. Meh. And I present to you my crappy part in this story. And take note, I haven't even finished reading this fic yet, but instead, skip over to skim chapter 38, flame, laugh, do whatever you want. Preps. I, the American retail-wearing British vampire Sue, coughed up blood. Satan kneeled down beside me. No! Don't die! I gave him a rueful smile. I'm sorry. It's something I had to do, to fulfill my duty as the noble, gothic Mary Sue. Satan sobbed. I love you, Ebony. I love you too. I'll see you in hell, I mumbled, already finding my surroundings fading to black. Bloody Mary Smith suddenly popped into the room for no apparent reason. She frowned when she realized the room was oddly quiet. But at the sight of Ebony's lifeless body, she screamed. Her face became pale with horror. She screamed for the healers, Dumbledore, McGoogle, and every single gothic person she could think of. Suddenly, a glow started to surround the body of Ebony. Everyone stared in shock. Her body started to lift ever so slowly, and then, to everyone's shock, it started to incinerate. When everyone realized what was happening, they rushed over to try and rescue the body, but it was too late. The Sioux became nothing more than a pile of ashes. A loud resounding of everyone bellowing, "No!" filled the room. A flash of white light from the ashes then started to bounce around the room. Everyone cowered in fear and were temporarily blinded. When it was all over, things changed. All the silly goth clothes dropped from everyone's bodies. Author's note, I will refuse to explain how the hell that happened. And in their place, clothes the characters would normally wear in canon appeared on their bodies. When everyone got over the shock of becoming free of the Gothic power, everybody cheered. Everyone started singing, Ding dong, the Sioux is dead. Well, that is, until all the HP characters realized the true implications of becoming more canon again. All the characters who were supposed to be dead fell to the floor, their bodies cold and lifeless. Harry and Voldemort started dueling. On the left side of the two, the battle of the light side and the dark side were reaching a climax. And because the replacement author also likes to screw around with canon, Draco and Hermione fled the scene and got married. Meanwhile, down in hell, Ebony shed a single tear because of her current situation. A situation that would live on for all eternity, or at least until the end of fan fiction time. She lost it all, but she knew she had to remain strong. Nothing would ever break her down. She looked down over her pale body and frowned. Where are my emo clothes? She asked herself in confusion. And then it occurred to her. For her shirt, she was wearing a bright pink polo with a little seagull on the right or left, I can't remember, side. Below that, she was wearing a denim miniskirt with the destroyed look on it. Paired underneath that skirt were leggings with a little moose at the bottom. And then Ebony realized on her shoulder she was carrying a pretty bag with an eagle on it that said, "Live your life," written all over the bag. Ebony suppressed the urge to scream. Here she was, decked out in clothes, prepped to the extreme, wearing stuff from Abercrombie and Fitch, American Eagle, and Hollister. Panicked, Ebony hastily tried to take off the Hollister polo, but underneath it, there was another Hollister polo. Ebony frowned and looked under her shirt. All she saw was a bra underneath. Dare I point out that it's from the Aerie line available at American Eagle? Ebony tried to remove the shirt again, but to her frustration, there was yet another polo to replace it. "This is unlogical and does not make any sense," Ebony bellowed out to the air. She failed to see the irony in her statement. How hypocritical her words were. Sorry, author. Seeing as she was practically calling the kettle black here. Ebony mumbled to herself, "Oh my God, /end crapfic."
Toss a coin to your whipper, or maybe a 20, or maybe a 20. Whoa.